I'd like to say give thanks and praise unto the Almighty Creator of creation for making it possible for I and I to be here today. I hail him, Haile Selassie I. I give thanks and praise. Yes, today is I and I annual Kwanzaa Principles Celebration as races. I and I culture is African culture, and I and I tradition is African tradition from the ancient tradition of Ethiopia, which is the first nation of creation. So this is where I and I as races tradition is coming from. Now, I want to speak a little bit about the principles of Kwanzaa and why I and I celebrate the principles of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is celebrated on the 26th of December to the 1st of January, celebrating the principles of Kwanzaa. We don't do the daily rituals of Kwanzaa, but we hold strong the symbols of Kwanzaa and the principles of Kwanzaa. The first principle of Kwanzaa, which is on the first day, is umoja, which means unity.
And pretty much unity is the foundation and the basis of anything. We could take Haiti, the original name of Haiti. For example, today is January 1st, which is an example of unity. And Haiti declared their independence. They're the first black independent empire post-slavery. And they set that example not just for themselves. They made it so where any black man or woman that chose to be free, that wanted to be free, as long as they landed in Haiti, they became a citizen, and they were free to do what they do. So Haiti is a perfect example of, as a matter of fact, the motto, "L'union fait la force," means in unity there is strength.
Yeah, it's unity that has us here together today. You know, we certainly know that that's the situation. And what I want to say otherwise is that today is actually the official day of the celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation of Africans in America. It's actually celebrated on the 1st of January. So that's another thing of what unity is about. You know, unity consists of those people who you can stand with, and that they can stand with you, and you have their back, and they have your back, and it ain't no doubt about it. That's umoja.
The second principle, which is on the second day of Kwanzaa, which is on the 27th of December, is called Kujijakalia, and it is defined as self-determination. What is self-determination? Self-determination is our own right and ability to define who I and I are, who we are as a people, and not let anyone else define who we are, to make sure that I and I can set the standards before I and do not let the standards that we are set to define I and ourselves are standards that are set by other peoples and other nations. We must develop the right, to determine our own existence, and our existence, our children and our children's children. We must make sure that we teach them of their history, their ancestry, which is part of their history, their culture, and their ancient traditions. We must teach them of their glorious past so that we can bring forward the glorious future by knowing how glorious our past was, and knowing that if we achieved it one time, we can achieve it again.
Self-determination to I, is a self-discipline within I and I self, you know? Because I was reasoning to one earlier, I said it's so easy in today's society to make money in an unrighteous way, you know? There's many unrighteous ways to survive, you know? But now, to find a righteous way to live in this time and to prosper at the same time takes a huge amount of self-discipline, of you training yourself to be a certain way and conducting the operation Be Perfect. That's something that all I and I have to conduct within I and I self and establish what steps I and I need to take. Because each one of us are at different stages in our lives, you know, towards Be Perfect. You understand? So self-determination dealing with becoming perfect within I and I self, you know. The most I say be perfect as I am perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's the aim, you know. In that comes love and affection and doing the right to one another. In that comes all the principles of Kwanzaa. You understand? So the self-determination is like what Michael Jackson had said in that song. Start with the man in the mirror, you know what I mean? To make a change. The most I say we must become something we have never been. We have never been perfect, right? This is the something that we have never been, that we must become.
Now the next principle, which is held on the third day of Kwanzaa, which is December 28th, is called Ujima. Now Ujima means collective work and responsibility. Now for I, collective work and responsibility starts with every family. Every family in every household have to have that Ujima, which is that collective work and responsibility. Everyone have to have a duty. Everyone has duties and everyone has responsibilities that they must maintain in order to keep the family functioning correctly. Now, even further into I and I as people, you understand, we see where collective work and responsibility is important if we want to do anything independently. To do it independently, we must be able to work collectively and be responsible. Now we move forward again to the next day, which the fourth principle, which is on the 29th, is called Ujama, which means cooperative economics, which is very, very, very important for I and I, the cooperative economics. The next day, which is the 30th, is called Nia, and the meaning of Nia is purpose. I know everybody in here knows the meaning of purpose. Anyone knows the meaning of purpose that can share with I and I?
Purpose. A reason to do something. We must all, you know, look inside and seek our purpose. But keep in mind that collectively too.
And realize what is our purpose to our family, our children, to our community, and to our nation, Africa. What is our purpose being here? Our purpose being here is to gain the necessary tools, the necessary skills, and everything that is required for I and I to go forward and rebuild I and I nation stronger than ever. That is part of our purpose. Our purpose also is to make sure we get reparations, because look at everyone else, they get reparations. That is part of our purpose, to make sure we are repaid for what was done and what was taken from I and I. That is part of our purpose. Our purpose is to make sure the hungry is fed, the naked is clothed, the sick is nourished, the aged is protected, and the infants cared for. That is our purpose. Our purpose is to do good, always, one to another. That is our purpose. So we move forward to the 30th of December, which is Kumba, which is creativity. We must not forget the creative part of us. Always be creative, always do something that is from the creative part of us, and don't just be determined.
Creativity. I had to speak on this one because I feel that it takes a village to raise a child, and part of the reason I believe they say it takes a village to raise a child is because everybody has an element. Everybody gives something. You know what I'm saying? And it's about using your creativity and benefiting your nation, your race, your people.
Also, creativity. As a Ras, I want people to realize about creativity. Some of us didn't even have a saw or a jigsaw to how things are today. We use a little knife or a little blade, a little broken blade, broken up and sharpen it and use it to do, and created some of the most beautiful handiwork and art craft that I have ever witnessed. We had to use our creativity to do artwork in order to survive. We had to use our creativity in the farms, everywhere, because we were denied every place in the society. So we had to create our own work. We had to create our own clothes. We had to create everything. And the styles that you see today is part of our creation. Even though it's been versioned, but it's part of our creation. We are the ones that told the world the herb is for the healing of the nation. You understand? We are the ones that told the world of their royal heritage, post-African slavery. We are the ones that told the world who we are. Get up, stand up for your rights. The brethren say keep the faith. Don't lose it. Always. You know, the force that is in the eye that lets you know that you can overcome any obstacle before you. Just keep pushing forward. Keep doing good. The faith will keep you true. Just keep doing the work, because faith without works is dead. So faith and works go together. So while you have the faith to know that you will overcome, you must keep working also to overcome. Imani, faith. We give thanks for these 7 principles of Kwanzaa, which we have just reasoned on here today. We have food and drink in the forward and snacks and so forth.